Welcome to the Paycheck project. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.
Are you feeling trapped? You know, that constant hum of financial anxiety? The endless cycle of buying stuff only to get to the end of the month and wonder, where did all my money go? Well, what if you could just hit a giant reset button? Today, we're going to dive into the blueprint for a no-spend challenge. It's this powerful way to not just save a bunch of money, but to completely rewire your entire relationship with it.
All right, let's get right into it. To really understand the solution, we've got to name the problem, right? And that's this feeling of being stuck on what I call the consumer treadmill.
You know that feeling like you're just running in place, you're working hard, you're earning money, but you're not actually getting anywhere financially because of this constant nagging pressure to spend? It's the one-click buys, the ads that follow you everywhere, the weekend splurges. And this isn't just about money. It's about feeling like you've lost control.
So this right here shows the huge shift we're aiming for. So many of us are living on the left side, that mindless reactive purchasing, usually kicked off by stress or, let's be honest, just boredom. The whole point of a no-spend challenge is to pull ourselves over to the right side, to become a mindful, proactive spender where every single dollar has a job that actually lines up with what you want out of life.
Okay, so let's reframe what this challenge is all about. This is not about punishment or depriving yourself. Seriously, think of it more like an intentional financial fast. It's an incredibly powerful tool for a total reset for both your bank account and your brain.
So what is it exactly? Well, at its core, it's just a promise you make to yourself for a set amount of time to pause all of your non-essential spending. And that word pause is so important here. You're not stopping everything, you're just creating a temporary freeze on the spending that isn't absolutely necessary.
And here are the rules of the game, broken down super simply. On the left, you've got your essentials. This is stuff like your rent or mortgage, your utilities, groceries for meals you cook at home. That all continues like normal. But on the right, that's everything that gets paused. Eating out, coffee runs, new clothes, gadgets, entertainment, you get it. The wants, not the needs. Just drawing this line in the sand for yourself is a huge first step in taking back control.
Look, saving a few $100, maybe even $1,000, that's awesome. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. What's the real, lasting benefit of putting yourself through this? The answer, you'll see, goes way deeper than your bank account. The real prize here is psychological. It's basically a dopamine detox. See, every time we buy something, our brain gets this little hit of a reward chemical, dopamine, and it makes us feel good for a second. This challenge breaks that cycle. It forces us to find joy and satisfaction from things that don't involve a shopping cart.
By hitting pause, you suddenly get to see your own habits with amazing clarity. You start to pinpoint your personal spending triggers. Do you shop when you're stressed? Or when you're bored? Or maybe when you see an influencer post something cool? The challenge makes you face these triggers head-on and build healthier, non-financial ways to cope. Like, going for a walk or calling a friend instead of just clicking buy now.
You know, when you successfully finish a challenge, even a short one, you prove to yourself that you can control your money. This builds this incredible sense of, I can do this. It's a belief in your own ability to hit your goals. And that confidence, it's priceless. And it often snowballs into even bigger financial wins down the road. Okay, so you get the why. Now let's get into the how. Because succeeding at a no-spend challenge isn't about having iron willpower. It's about having a great game plan. Preparation is absolutely everything.
This is it, your 4-step blueprint for success. First, you define your why, a really powerful, specific goal that's going to keep you going. Then, you audit your past spending to see where your money has actually been going. After that, you build your own personal set of rules. And finally, you fortify your defenses by getting rid of temptations before you even start. And remember, this is not a one-size-fits-all kind of punishment. It's a totally flexible tool. You can start super small, with just a no-spend weekend to break a bad habit. Or you could go bigger with something like no takeout for a month. The whole key is to pick a challenge that fits your goals and where you're at right now. You want to set yourself up for a win right from the start. So, you've done the prep, you've set your rules. And day one has started. Now what? Because, well, life doesn't just stop for your challenge. Let's talk about how to navigate those inevitable hurdles and social situations that are definitely going to pop up.
This is how you turn those common traps into victories. Instead of just reacting when things happen, you plan your counter moves ahead of time. For social invites that would break your rules, you could suggest a free alternative, like a potluck or just a walk in the park. For emotional triggers, have a go-to list of free, fun activities ready to go.
The idea is for every potential problem, you've already got a solution in your back pocket.
And you have to remember, life happens. Your car might break down, a pet might get sick. Dealing with a real, unexpected, essential expense is not a failure. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to learn and make progress. Just pause the challenge, handle the emergency without feeling guilty, and then get right back on track.
All right, the challenge ends. You've saved some money, you've learned a ton, awesome. But the real work, it starts right now. Let's talk about how to take these lessons and turn them into real, lasting change, so you don't just snap right back to your old habits.
First things first, a quick warning. There's this very real thing called revenge spending, where you go on a massive shopping spree to make up for lost time. And that can wipe out all your progress in a single afternoon. The goal is to ease out of the challenge mindfully, not to unleash a tidal wave of spending.
Now, this is where you turn all that raw data into actual wisdom. The post-challenge debrief is without a doubt the most important part of this whole thing. Ask yourself these 4 questions. The answers are going to help you see what spending adds zero value to your life, and they'll pinpoint what spending actually makes you happy. This is how you build a new, intentional budget that's based on what you learned about yourself.
And really, the ultimate goal here is to make one simple habit a part of your daily life. The habit of the pause. That's it. Before any non-essential purchase, you just stop for a second and ask yourself, is this a need or a want? Does this actually align with my bigger goals? That tiny little pause, it can change everything. And all of this brings us to the final, really big question. This whole exercise, from setting the rules to the debrief, it isn't just about saving money. It's about giving yourself the space to ask, am I using my money, which is really just my time and energy, in a way that truly reflects what I value most in life? The No Spend Challenge is what gives you the clarity to find that answer.